All over the UK, new garden villages are popping up everywhere, and that is mainly to keep ahead of this growing population. Long Marston is one of 14 garden villages currently being constructed in the UK right now. The Long Marston Airfield is 3 miles south of Stratford-upon-Avon in Warwickshire. This village is the location for 3,500 new homes set in 205 hectares. A garden village is designed to be different. It's designed to be self-contained, a self-contained community that can be anything between 1,500 and 10,000 new homes. The garden villages have their own facilities such as schools, shops, transport links and green spaces. The original plan for the garden villages was led by Ebenezer Howard in 1903 with his Letchworth Garden City. This was established as a great concept in building and a green alternative to living in the slums. Long Marston is one of the first of the 14 brand new villages being built in the UK right now. Long Marston Airfield was an RAF base between 1941 and 1954 and specialised in RAF training. Since the RAF left the site has been utilised by a microlight club, flying instruction school, gliding clubs, and more famous, it became the Shakespeare County Raceway. The raceway was opened in 1980, but even in the 1970s the site has been used for all sorts of motorsport events such as drag racing, rally stages, and in 1990 the site was known as the Avon Park Raceway. When planning for a new village such as Long Marston gets underway, they have to take into account the changes to the current infrastructure to ensure the village can accommodate the residents' needs, such as connecting roads and roundabouts, and this was evident with a brand new roundabout on Campden Road. The village itself will be split up into different areas. One of them is called Mears Barn, which is now known as Fernley Park, and it is being developed by Calla and Bovis Homes, and they will deliver the first 400 new homes. Other areas to be developed will be known as Glebe Farm and New Barn, and the larger part of the development will be called Marston Mead. The site will have a village centre with shops, office space, pubs. The proposed schools include 2 primary schools and 1 secondary school, and lots of open space. I am standing next to one of the government's 14 brand new garden villages, and this is so new. They have literally just taken the wrappings off. And we're at a place called Long Marston, which is outside Stratford-upon-Avon, and this is set to be a huge new garden village which is built on the site of a former RAF base. There are 2 developers on this site already. One of them is Bovis Homes, as you can see. Now, they are building a mixed range of house types here, and over the other side there we've got Carla Homes, and they're building a development. You can see they've got a few larger properties there with theirs, but what is actually different is that the entrance to the site is actually, these houses are done in stone. Okay, now what we can see is that there's 2 entrances into this development. So you can see the roundabout. You've got the first entrance here coming off that roundabout, and the other one here. And here we are, we're literally in the middle of nowhere. So this is the entrance to the site, and on one side we've got Bovis, and the other side we have got Carla. So what we've got is a really nice wide entrance here, and we've got these really wide footpaths as well, which are leading off the development itself. And you've got all of these bigger houses that are sort of positioned on, you know, in the entrance of the development. So let's go across and have a look at some of the house types. So we're on the Bovis side here. This is a Bovis chestnut here. So you can see the design. It's got that lovely engineering brick and finished in this sort of linear stone walling that they've got here. And this particular plot here overlooks this village green. That's kind of like a small community village green, if you like. And so we've got some of the standard Bovis house types here from the Phoenix range, and you can see, but they've done a little bit different here. They've not just banged up any old. They've got a little hint of Tudor, which is actually quite a thing for the Stratford-upon-Avon and that sort of thing. But you know, you can see our first sort of street there. It's looking really nice, isn't it? And what we've got is we've got 2 symmetrical house types, which are just at the end of the street here. And there you go. But actually the render and the Tudor really work for me. That does. So as I say, they have got a key range of house types here, all sorts, and this site is going to be absolutely huge. This site has been in planning since 2018, as a lot of these big villages were. But the site does look really tidy, and that's the important thing, isn't it? And they're really crisp, really well built as well. So we've got a few for sale here, look. But like I say, I'm on the Bovis Homes side of the development now, and you can see up the street there. So here's another one of the roads. So they've not really scrimped here. There's a good grassed area right in front of each property. The only problem with that is if that's actually owned by the property itself. Not everybody likes to mow their lawn, do they? But what we've got is this other side. This is the Carla Homes side, and you can see this lovely green swathe running up towards the entrance of the development. So we can see this development is well underway on the Bovis side. You can see there's plenty going on. So let's go now into the Carla Homes side of the development. I do really like, I mean, they are finished off absolutely crisp. They're really nice. And actually, I think what's nice as well is we've got quite a lot of different house types here. So I just look at the colour on them. That actual lighter coloured stone brick, the stone lintel sill looks really nice. It's a really nice touch to that and really gives it a kind of really warm feel. They've got a big statement property here on the end. Lovely big windows. Look at the window in that far end of that gable. It's like something out of a stately home. But they've got a little bit of detail in here where a couple of the windows are blocked up, which is an echo to the window taxing days, so to speak. But a lot of this development is literally completed. It's not, I mean, you've got an absolutely lovely street there. We've got a lovely brick sort of boundary to each of the different sort of driveways, but it's finished off in this really nice bullnose paving brickwork here. Look at the detail in that. That's a little treat. So Callous site is called Fernley Park, and as we sort of come down into the development a little bit more, okay, we can pop up here and then we can have a look at some of the houses that are under construction. So here's your sort of typical street. We've got a lovely, you can see that gable end, the Tudor on that gable end is just beautiful. As you know, I am a fan of the old Tudor, which is nice. But this wall, just look at that beautiful finish on that wall, really finished well. So we're just coming up here now into the area here. So we've got another street here that's kind of under construction there. Everything's in, the street lighting's in, the footways are in, everything is in, which is really nice. But I think here as well, you can see how the textures are sort of being mixed up a bit now, where we've got that composite boarding on that gable end, and it's almost a mirror image of each of the house types. A bit of a chimney on there, but actually some really nice house types. So with any garden village, the emphasis is around landscaping, and that's the sort of difference that's required when you're building a village sort of this scale, and the important things are being able to cycle around the site, and that's no more evident here than this piece of this footway here going up here now. So you can see that's really wide, that is, and it's bringing you in plenty of signage as well, but it just shows you're just on the edge of the countryside with this development, and you've got this sort of tree-lined edge here. But as we come down, you can see some of these, what they call feature streets, have got all of the cladding on there as well, which really does make a difference, because we've almost got two kinds of cladding going on. But what I really like though is the fact that the development is almost completed, turfed, everything, when the residents are not waiting months on end to have have landscaping done or roads done. It's actually, each section is completed. So in this development, it isn't, to be fair, it isn't that old. I mean, this street really here is really here to grab your attention, really. And I'm not sure whether Bovis are going to do the same. They're going to pop in a few stone houses here and there and everywhere, but that for a Calla house type is a beautiful house type. I mean, that is just stunning, isn't it? So we'll walk into the Calla estate again. A lot of people will be screaming at me now, going, Steve, it's Calla. But here's an example of your completed street look. I mean, just look at it. It's finished absolutely impeccably. Some little pulling areas, which is really good for visitors and stuff, because sometimes you just don't think about things like that. But look at the finish on that wall. But absolutely wonderful development. It feels very, very warm and inviting. And if this is if this is the true start of this village. I think I like everything about it already. So we're just coming up now, the main street here, which is the Callahome Street. This is the main run-in from the roundabout. You can see our house types, look. They are crisp. You can see just the little detailing on these houses, like I say, that Tudor, but also that little bay window, just the detailing. And actually, the street is just so nice. So as we sort of approach the show area now, you can see everything sort of opens up, but we've still got those parking bays here for visitors, which is, I think it's absolutely really thought of. I think the modern garden villages, they're learning from the ones before. But anyway, here's the Cala show, the Cala show area. You can just see they're finished impeccably. Phase 1 of the Cala Homes development, Fernley Park, is nearly sold out, and Phase 2 has already been released. On this development, Cala will build 246 plots, that's 16 individual house types ranging from 2, 3 and 4 bedroom homes. Next we look at Bovis Homes, whose development is also called Fernley Park, and they are building 154 2, 3 and 4 bedroom houses in 12 distinctive house types. So we're just sort of coming over towards the Bovis area now, and we can see that they've chosen to provide on the exterior of the development some winchcombs, and they're nice. I think I like how they've been done actually. They are quite eye-catching, very symmetrical, and there's actually, as you can see, there's 3 in a row. So what it is nice to actually come to a garden village, which is actually where a lot of the design has been thought about, and it's not just rows and rows of faceless boxes. And I think that's really important when, you know, designing a garden village, is that you get that balance right of the house type mix, the materials that you would use on them. This side of the development is not just only the access to Bovis Homes, but the land that you see in front is going to be the new village hub. Now let's look at some of the amazing house types that Bovis will be building on this development. They have 2 show homes to view. As of Cala, they have a complete show village. So let's enjoy their house designs at Bovis Homes, Fernley Park. Thank you for watching Garden Villages of Great Britain. You have been watching the Garden Village of Great Marston near Stratford-upon-Avon. If you like the video, please like and subscribe because it really does help the channel, and look out for future videos on garden villages of Great Britain. Thank you for watching.